What's going on, my Hobgoblin cock smugglers? Welcome back to a brand new episode. My name is Mr. Brightside, and today is going to be marking episode number 3 of Score Streak variant reviews. If you haven't seen my last episode, we covered the Score Streak variants, and I'll leave a link down below in the description. But anyway, let's get into this. Today, we're going to be covering the Bombardment Score Streaks, and if you don't know what the Bombardment is, what happens is that you have 3 different bombardments that you can select into 3 different locations, anywhere on the map, doesn't matter where, and when you set them in, it's going to send a barrage of missiles down to the ground and kill anything that is within those 3 bombardments that you set up. So, for the first Score Streak variant, we have the Bombardment Flare, which has supersonic, explosive payloads arrive quicker, but at a smaller capacity. Now, when it says that they arrive quicker, I tested out the difference between the regular bombardment and the bombardment flare goes from 3.36 seconds to touch down to the ground to a total of 3.06 seconds. So you're losing, or you're gaining 0.30 of a second, almost a third of a second with the bombardment flare. Which, it can be significant. Like, it could be the difference between somebody trying to run into a building and getting into cover and not getting into cover. You never know. And then the smaller capacity, I couldn't exactly perfectly measure out how much smaller it was, but I would say it was anywhere from 20 to 25% smaller for each bombardment, which really isn't that significant. And usually with the rare variants, I don't like them at all. But this one does have its upside with the timing, and the smaller capacity really isn't that noticeable. Like, you'd rather have it hit hard and fast than slower, and the size of these things really isn't what concerns you. But that's just my opinion. Now, with the second bombardment variant, we have the Tempest, and oh boy, this is where things really start to get interesting. The Tempest has Tactician, able to make an extra selection on the target map at a higher score streak cost. So what that means is that the score streak goes from 850 points for the bombardment to 925 points, which is close to another kill that you have to get in order to receive the Tempest. Now, if this is going to be your highest score streak, that might be a little concerning for you, but at least in my, for me, the bombardment would be my second. I would have UAV, bombardment, warden. So I'm not really concerned about getting up to 925. I'm more looking to get that warden. So the extra points don't really bother me. But if you're not as skilled of a player, that might concern you. But you do get 4 bombardments, which is pretty sweet. And just I didn't think adding that 1 bombardment would really do much, but it really does. You can really change up how you want to attack the map and where you want, if you want to just really cluster people one secluded area in and just guarantee 2 to maybe 3 or 4 kills. You never know. And then for number 3, we have the Bombardment Doomsday, the epic variant. And oh boy, guys, you need this in your Call of Duty playing. You need it, okay? It is so much fun, so easy to use, and it just kicks ass. It has auto target, automatically locks onto and fires a single payload at each enemy position, which just means that as long as they are outside and in the open, this thing will automatically lock onto them. Now, some people might complain that well, it can't lock onto the people in the building, but I mean, even if you're going to set up a regular bombardment, you can't lock on to people that are camping the building. You just can't. So all you need to do with this is just hit that bombardment button and just let the thing do its own work, Just keep playing. For me, I do love the Tempest. I think it is really good. But the Doomsday is just that much better, where I can just put it up, keep grinding out some kills. The only thing that you might have to worry about is that if there's an enemy near you, the bombardment might come up and actually kill you. It hasn't happened to me yet, but it is a possibility. So there is that worry. But I mean, besides that, man, it will, like, when I did the numbers. So what I did was that I set up a, as you can see in the video, I set up a custom game with two players on my team and 6 recruits on the other team, just to get like an average of how many kills I was getting with each bombardment variant. And the stats go, I did 10 bombardments with each variant, and I got 14 kills with the bombardment flare. All right, that's 1.4 kills per usage. And then the Tempest, this is where it's supposed to really jump up. The Tempest got me 2.4 kills per use. All right, and then the Bombardment Doomsday got me 2.5. That's ridiculous. All I had to do was press a button and it got me more than the Tempest, which had 4 flares. So, I mean, but to be honest, you can really chalk up the Tempest and the Doomsday as being equal when it comes to regarding kills. So, but I mean, not having to spend the time to set up 4 bombardments and just being able to just click the button and getting the almost probably the same amount of kills logistically as the Tempest is really, really sweet. So if I was to rank them, it would go the Epic's best, Legendary. I mean, only sometimes is the Epic. Sometimes I really actually don't like the Epic, like the Warden Showtime. I think that sucks balls. But this one, they actually did a good job with it. I really do like the Doomsday. But I mean, you can really chalk up Doomsday and Tempest as like 1-2. Like, Tempest is just right below it. So you really can't go wrong with either or. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget, drop a like down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to see more of my videos, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out.